It's
Okay.
just, nope, you're good.
Thank you. I was thinking about that today.
Yes.
I was a little worried for a
No,
second.
you're
but-
good.
No problem.
But I do want to bring up, so I know we've been talking a little bit about back and forth between the new building and then some of the older trucks and things that we have had. We found out through some of this that one of our trucks, our reserve engine, the one that is almost 30 years old, has several air leaks and it's got some other problems. So I'm waiting on a detailed list from the service guy to know what it would cost to fix all that and what his thoughts are on the engine as far as its longevity. Because we may, as much as I don't want to do this, we may have to shift our priority instead of, being able to add on, looking at replacing an engine. So I want to just kind of keep you guys up to date in the loop on where we're at with that. I did meet with Hagerman's group and they gave me a good revised plan.
Okay.
I will know more about the budget of that within the next few weeks, and as soon as I get that, I will forward it on to you.
Perfect.
Just like I said, wanted to make sure to keep you guys
Okay.
updated on what I'm
Thank you.
looking at.
Well, good luck with that truck too. And
So,
hopefully-
yeah, if it's something that we can fix, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna cost a couple thousand at least. But if it's something that we can fix and hang on to, I would like to.
Sure.
But I'm trying to be realistic
Sure.
at
Yeah,
the same time.
and we'll trust your judgment on that, that's for sure.
So,
Absolutely.
we did bring, one person on this last month. We have a new fireman that is joining, and I have an application that we're looking at right now. So hopefully we're start to continue to, get people into the department.
Like a part-time or a
No, it's
volunteer?
volunteer.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
So, I think that is all I had. And I don't have anything
Phew.
to ask for this month. So,
Move.
Okay, okay. Appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
get us
Thank
that-
you.
Get us that Hagerman Group plan. Like, I'd
Yeah,
love
I can
to
take
see
a
that.
picture of it.
Yeah.
Because the sheet they gave me, I
No
think it's too
way.
big for me to scan it in, but I'll
Okay.
definitely take a picture and send it to you guys.
Yeah, yeah,
That way you can see it updated.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
ESPN
Thank
was
you.
calling me. I didn't realize I didn't turn my phone off, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Casey.
Casey, thank you. Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back up to Adam, Town Manager Report, please.
Okay, well, you've received the report. Not a whole lot that, that we need to elaborate on. The new CCMG, project engineering has begun. We're working on a few things for the specifications on that. And the old one has been closed out. So
Good.
all that paperwork has been done, and then that way we can proceed with the new one.
Perfect.
That's about the biggest gist of it, but while I have the floor for somebody else to take it, for a while. The Halloween hours, I'd like to address that real quick. Last year, I believe we did 5 to 7, and I'd like to recommend that again.
On Halloween.
On Friday, I think that's a Friday.
Yeah, well, and I think we've always tried to keep it on the 31st unless it's impossible, so.
Correct.
Oh, gosh, my memory. Do we do 5 to 7 or do we do 5:30 to 7:30? Because of work-wise, what did we do last year? I don't have kids.
Glenn, do you remember? 5:30.
I almost want to say we went back a half hour to
Okay.
help people for work. That's what I thought.
That's fair.
Last year we changed it. It was always 5 to 7, but then we had some people saying, hey, it's a little hard to get off work and get our kids out there to do it.
So I'm good with 5:30.
I'm fine.
And it's still not real dark at 7:30, so.
okay.
Perfect.
We don't
Okay.
we don't need to make a motion.
Sounds good, that's all I have.
I have one question, Adam, real quick. On some of the other things, I see there was a permit for Lake Light, solar land. What did they're adding on?
Yeah, they're adding on, it's a pretty large expansion, so
Ah,
that's pretty exciting.
Good, absolutely.
Out at
Yeah, East
Green
Industrial.
Drive, okay, good.
They're at least doubling, and I think it's more than that, I think it's like 1.5 times.
Wow.
Do you know when? Their plan?
Well, they've got a foundation permit now.
Okay.
They kinda like to get things going before
Wow,
it's cold,
good.
so.
Good.
Wow, awesome.
So they got their
Absolutely.
state permit, their state release in for the foundation end of it, so they're already starting to move dirt.
Good, okay, good, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Next will be Superintendent Utilities, Brian.
I'll skip all those
course. It's
North
every
Water
month.
Tower project is complete. Inspection's been done by Dixon. Grand total ended up being $189,100. There was $2,100 change order, and that was to add a cable restraint.
Yep.
Grid restraint for fall, and also part of that was to paint over the graffiti on the other tower. So, and like I said, I looked through all the reports that Dixon did on it, everything was good, they satisfied with it. Here's actually, I'm gonna sign this one, Phil.
And this is, okay, just to finalize it, because we already,
So we
We've already approved it. Are we doing it?
yeah, we'd already
Yeah, we
approved
already
it.
approved that, $2,100.
Yeah, we did approve that.
What are we doing that one?
Pardon?
Is that what we need to do on that one?
Yeah, should be, yeah, you'd already talked to us about that.
The next one is, in my minutes last week, or last month, you see where Rocco was talking about putting a tile in on their property off of Progress Way, where it drains into the pond. We do have storm drain that runs into that back there. I've been talking to them, they said they were willing to split the cost with us to do it. So it got the cost around, to put in a 30-inch pipe, about 260 feet. The pipe was around just under 5,800, like 57 something. And then to get a bigger excavator to get down in there, because ours would be too small to do the job, was like 9,500. The excavator cost, I'm pretty sure I can find one a lot cheaper than that. I called Nolan today, it was 10,700, but everybody's been trucking them in for 3 hours and stuff, so. So at the numbers I have here, the grand total would be, or total would be around, I don't know, how to obtain a total, our half would be like 7650 to do it. Like I said, we do have stormwater going down there.
How long do you need the excavator?
I was gonna get it for a month, because.
And is that much cost for a month?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have it for 4 months.
How long will it take to do this job?
Probably the pipe in a week, but then that's right underneath where our power lines come in to feed our substation. There's a lot of trees in there, so we'll take all that
Take
out
them
and
down
open
while
it
you
up.
have it.
So you're gonna use it almost a whole month there?
Yeah, we'll keep it down there at least quite a bit. Then if they need to use it with some of their stuff, I mean, since you're gonna pay half of it.
So how are you gonna, they're willing to pay for half of this, but how do you have that? Is it just a verbal agreement?
Just, right now,
But I don't know if that's probably
Yeah,
sufficient,
I
to be
can't do
honest. I don't know that that'll be sufficient. I don't know if that's the proper way.
We probably have to have a contract, wouldn't we?
I can write something up and have it filed.
Yeah.
I would think that we would want to, and I would think that Worco would want that too, to be honest with you. I mean, what if something were to
And
happen?
liability if they get hurt or something.
I do. I mean, I'm thankful they wanna
Yeah.
split it and that you guys can do it. But I think we probably ought to cover our base and they ought to cover their base. That ought to be something, right, Bob? I mean,
That would be something that the independent contractor agreement that was drafted for the town, that'd be something that could be used for.
Okay.
And I'd be happy after you fill in the blanks to look it over.
if you could do that, I think, Brian, that's what we should do.
Yeah.
I really do. What if something were to happen?
Can we still approve
Yeah,
the
we can make a
pricing then,
motion.
if he still gets the contract?
Just
Or do we
contingent
need
on
to
that
wait?
getting
Contingent upon the
finalized.
contract.
So does
contingent
it have to
on the
wait another
contract.
month?
I
Or
think
no?
you can, because you usually do not greater than.
Yeah.
And since he's negotiating something less than the original estimate,
Okay.
Okay, I think that's, is that fair, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve putting a stormwater or a ditch in 260 feet of 30-inch pipe with Werco in the amount of $7,650 contingent on the contractor agreement between the town and Werco.
Is there a second? I'm sorry.
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. I believe that's the correct thing.
The next one is the fiber to the fire station. The splicing guy had lined up, backed out. So I contacted, give me another one. This guy actually has a contract for East Noble High School, he does fiber for them. And I've got a list, I don't have it with me, but to splice all the buildings,
So, yeah, let's see what that says.
that's fire station, water, wastewater, and electric barn and their shop. And then also he's gotta do the overhead to do the splices for, take to the fire station and the shop, and that's putting boxes inside. I don't know much about fiber, but put the boxes inside to tie everything into. He's moving one wire loop block. He's got to have a slack line where you tie in that. Right now it's sitting down on the grade street. That's gonna get moved up to Washington Street so they can do the tie-in, move all that, provide all the material and everything for $8,975. And
That's labor and everything, that's,
That's
cause this one was not to exceed, and we didn't really.
Not to
I
exceed
wasn't- I wasn't-
3,000, I thought.
Yeah,
Well, it was nothing, I mean, I didn't know if it was gonna be, 'cause
yeah, that's what I was worried about.
So this is to get everything done. 8975. So the one that we voted really to 2-1, now that's,
Moot point.
okay. I just wanna make sure we're on that
It's
same
gonna be
one.
more than $3,000.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well,
I don't know,
that-
any questions, guys? I mean, we,
we already got everything going to it, there's no sense.
Well,
in-
this makes me feel a little better, that price, I mean, the 3,000 just, I didn't believe it, so this, I can kinda, I feel a little bit better about that, at least. And you've got a kind of a reference that he works at East Snow Web talking, have you talked to anybody
doing
from?
a good job all over it, so.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
perfect.
Yep.
I feel better about that, that's for sure. I can make a motion on that, that's fine. Make a motion that we have MWM LLC, have fiber, split, terminated and split to all the buildings in town. Spliced for $8,975.
Includes testing, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Testing,
Is there
splicing,
is there a
and
second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Okay. I know we've talked about in the past is doing some more underground work, how the guys do it. One like we'd like to do is Story Street up to the gas station, behind the houses there. It's a difficult place to get into. And we do have squirrels and stuff like that, we have issues over as well, on the power. Measuring it out on Beacon, come with roughly a price of $7,500 before it. We have all the material to do it except for the connectors and stuff like that, which is under $1,000, so we need to do it. So we're looking like $8,500, under $8,500 to do it. Have it all bored in, set, pad mount transformers, do it with the, on the pole, the ends of the pole. We will not go to the house, it'll still be overhead, but just go back up the pole and hook everything back up. And you eliminates your school problems and stuff like that, since it's
Isn't that one of the areas that we seem to have the most problems
one
with?
of them there, yeah. It's just hard to get into the trucks, too.
Right, yeah.
Fixed up.
Would people be out of power while you're doing that?
Only temporary while they get hooked up. We can pretty much get everything in place and just get back hooked up.
Gotcha.
So there's, I'm sure there's enough money for all of this.
Yeah, electric's fine.
Okay.
Like I said, we have the transformers in stock and all.
And this
the
is
wires
up
stock.
here, kind of behind the ball diamonds, behind off Main Street is where you're
All those
talking.
houses up there.
Right, just past the curve there,
So how
Story Street,
long will that take to do, Brian?
right, a couple weeks.
Okay. But only one time will somebody will lose power, it'll be towards the latter part of the end?
Yeah, when everything's, and we'll have everything set up, and heat it up, and then we'll just go through there, and there's 4 transformers that will be out for
Okay.
You said
Should be short
8,500,
time.
it says 7,500 on here.
plus 1,000 for the extra parts, so we have to get it.
Oh, so you're adding that.
All right, any questions, guys?
I don't.
We would need a motion if we don't.
I'll make a motion, we approve the work for the underground lines, North Main Street, in the amount of $8,500.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Wastewater, our big project that we had all engineered out a few years back. Part of it was to change out the 6,000-gallon Ferris tank, and put 2 smaller tanks in there. But that part of the project we're gonna do ourselves, from the get-go, it wasn't that bad of a job. So the guys actually took the tank out today, it's a fiberglass tank, we broke it up, we're gonna haul it out tomorrow. So we have prices on 2 new, smaller tanks, 1,500-gallon plastic tanks instead of fiberglass. And they're made in Garrett, but they gotta go through distributor buy them, so they are $20,546, that's for 2 tanks, and $450 for delivery. Last time I quoted, it's like 3 years ago, there's 7,500.
So why are we going from this one 6,000 gallon tank to two 1,500.
One thing we're concerned about the age of the tank is fiberglass, just the chemicals that are breaking it down. We're gonna go to a plastic tank. The reason we go to 2 tanks is because we run ferric now, which we get 275 gallon totes once a month or every 3 weeks or something like that, wherever it goes through. We'll eliminate those, we can get it in bulk, or we can take the totes, bring it and pump them into the tanks. We don't have to worry about moving them around all the time. That, the one tank will stay empty, and down the road, if once we get some of our stuff done, going here more, we might wanna change a chemical in it, and that gives us an option to put another chemical in there to pump 2 different ones if we need to.
So how long will it be to get these tanks if we move forward?
The tanks are 6 to 8 weeks out, get them ordered,
And then how long before it's back up?
it'll be up,
Okay.
it'll never be down.
Okay, well, because you just removed
Well,
a 6,000 gallon tank.
We haven't used that in 2
Okay,
years, 3 years.
so it wasn't even being used.
No.
So then, if we didn't need that one, why do we need 2 tanks now?
Because I can get it in bulk instead of buying 275
Okay.
gallon totes.
Cause right now
And
we're
we just-
buying totes.
And we just didn't use that other tank because it was old and we didn't want to buy it in bulk. Is that what you're saying?
I was worried about the tank breaking
Okay,
down.
I just want to make sure I understand the whole philosophy of what we're doing here, okay?
Because of being
Everybody good?
fiberglass,
See
chemicals
what-
can break it down,
Yeah, I
get into
understand,
the
yeah.
ground.
Yep, yeah, fiberglass gets chemicals on it too many times, it's gonna
Okay,
start chipping
I
and
just wanted to
cracking
make
and
sure
that's
why
it.
we're
And it's
replacing.
a total of 20,000 or is 20,000 per?
No, that's for 2.
Okay.
And that's delivery and everything in there for that 10,546.
Any more questions, guys? I guess I'll leave it up to one of you.
Question?
Go ahead.
What did you plan on taking this out
Wastewater.
of? I would suggest taking that out of ARPA,
Can do that.
because we got like 35,000 left in there, and we don't know when that's going to be resolved, with Clean Infusion. That gets us within $15,000 of using every last penny of ARPA funds.
Thank you, Brian, or
Thanks, Adam.
Adam, sorry.
Or 49.
Let's come to that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then we need to make sure that if we approve this, it needs to be part of that motion then.
All right?
I'll make a motion, that's fine. Make a motion, we approve, Brian to get 2 tanks, 1,500 gallon tanks from Garrett. Asman?
It'd be- well,
Aspen
Aspen
Corporation,
Corp?
It'll be
Aspen.
from Henry P. Thompson Company.
Okay, Henry P. Thompson Company.
There's a road company in Garrett called that.
Yeah, there is,
Um,
absolutely.
I make a motion, we get 2 1,500 gallon tanks from Henry P. Thompson Company for a total of 20,546, and we take it out of the ARPA funds.
Perfect. Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Just gotta make sure we use that money at the proper fund then.
Generators, we've had some issues with some of them. They're getting kind of old, 16, 17 years old. We've got, like I said, $8,400 with one of them repairs, $4,200 and $5,600. One mice got into it, chewed the wiring up. That can't get the wiring harness anymore, so they're gonna rewire it. Another one was the controller's out, and then we got radiator out of one of them. But to replace these, it's $40,000, and, I mean, you get them fixed, they're probably good for another at least 10 years. Life expectancy of a generator this size, they're saying anywhere from 20 to 30 years, and most of ours was 2007, so we're not quite 20 years yet, so.
In there. So what are you wanting?
So,
Pass this through, or just let me go get it fixed, or.
Oh, I see. Okay.
17,200, I think, to get all 3 fixed, 17,200 or 40,000 to buy one brand new one.
One brand new, it's 4,000, just had that quoted.
18,200 for all 3 to be done.
Or 18,200, I said 17,200, yes. Or we can spend 120,000.
It'd be good for 20 to 30 years, because they're gonna be more expensive in the
Where is
next.
this, where would this come out of?
Where the generators go, one is the water plant,
Okay,
and then one is, or the other 2 would be wastewater.
okay.
And the 8,400 is out of wastewater, or water plant,
Okay,
It'd be nice to get new ones,
Yeah, that's what I might.
yeah.
but I don't think we can do that.
If it was electric, we
It's
could,
okay.
but,
Yeah, I don't think we can't afford to buy new ones.
If it was for electric, we could, just send plenty in there, but not for, not for the other, not for everything.
So this is something that has to be done? Okay, just wanna make sure.
Who is it with?
Evapar. Evapar.
Avatar. Yeah.
Mine's been long too. It'll be all right.
Can we,
We'll be all right.
I mean, can we do one and then repair two?
I think we gotta fix some, oh, well, I don't know. It's either water or wastewater. You need two
Well,
in the
we-
wastewater, one in the water.
Well, we still
Is there
got
one
some
that's
left,
worse
I
than the
guess.
others,
There's some
or-
left in the yard,
Well, one's a
we
lift,
could use too, still with the
McDonald's lift
shed.
station.
I'd still don't know how to buy it.
That's what Mike's got into the wiring of. And the radiator's bad in the
Just
one at
don't
the
know.
water plant.
I mean, you think it's got another, you think these have another 10 years in them?
Oh, I think so. They don't get ran much.
If we
They don't
just,
run a half
if we
hour.
just repaired the three of them.
Because, I mean, this price tag is going to be more expensive if we don't get another 10 years out. We're going to be looking at,
But Avapar said that, the general health of the generators are in good shape.
I mean, one's just a controller, which does about any time. And the other one, Mike's got into the wiring now.
Correct.
Radiator, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but.
so it sounds like fixing it sounds like it's better.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And that's a total of what?
18,200, I think. is what we said.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, that's probably
Just
right.
fix 'em.
That's probably right to that. Yeah.
I think that's our best. It'd be
I
nice to
agree.
get new, but.
I agree.
So we would need a motion, guys.
I'll make a motion, we approve the repair of generators to Avapar
Evapar.
for $18,200.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Okay, I lied.
More?
I'm gonna bring up one more that's not on the money asked. It's the lead line removal. I know everybody has gotten notices over the last year about lead lines and stuff like that. Went to the galvanized lab. I said to a seminar last week, webinar, we are responsible for the service lines going to the house, not to pay for them. But we have to come up with a way that residents can have that done. Or there's a lot of documentation goes in saying they don't want it done, but then we still have to keep track of it for the years to come until that's changed out. And that is a lead line. The only lead line we have in town, the only one we've ever found is from the main to the curb box, which is your shut off in your yard. And from the box in the house, we've never found a lead. But if it's galvanized going to your house, and it was attached to lead on the other end, that galvanized pipe is considered lead. So it has to be changed too. So, I know I've seen some towns that they're paying to change it all out, but they're getting some grants to do it. These are big towns that I've seen some of them do. I thought about seeing if I could get a meeting with some of the local other towns, just sit down and see what everybody else is gonna do. I know Auburn looked into having, I know somebody that quoted it, they quoted having changed out, prices to get them changed out too, to see what it was gonna cost them, but I'm not sure which route they're gonna go.
Okay.
It's just something coming up.
Yeah, just keep us updated, I guess, Brian, on
And that
that.
starts in 2027, so a couple years ago. Next thing, I asked Benson, Communication, which is our IT group, to give me a price for putting badge readers or, keep a fob, our doors, our 3 doors, the main doors, the shop, electric barn, water plant, wastewater plant.
And down on.
Town hall can get, but the ones I had quote was those 4. The price was $3,657.62 installed. Then there's a monthly fee of $23.96 for the monitoring of it and all that. And that all be contingent going in on the fibers that be in to get that all hooked together.
Right.
And it would come up to here, be right up here then.
Well, I think if we are gonna go down that route, which is fine, it probably could be something that could be done here too. I know the police is already locked, so that's not, but, well, Casey left, but I
They
know-
have a badge reader.
I think they already have a badge,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
I
So we
appreciate
would
them
want,
holding keys.
we would want to include the town hall if and when we make that decision, I think, just for the safety reason on that part too. You And they're gonna be unlocked during business hours, but it's always after hours, is when they would need to be used here.
Can this, I'm just throwing this out here, can this system also be set up since it has the fob? Can that be used to help with payroll?
Like a time clock,
Mhm.
probably, but I'm not sure if the system's set up.
Yeah.
Their end of it, I'm not sure they're set up for it.
Two different systems.
I mean, I have to check into it, see if it can be.
I'm just curious to see if that would, something that could be put into it.
But we need to
You
get,
can look at it, see when people come in now, but.
Right.
quote needs to change though, because we need to add the town,
Yeah.
right?
Just asking, just curious. Yeah, I'm fine with that, I don't have a problem with it.
But I think we need to, I mean, we can't really vote on it tonight if we're not sure the fiber's done, and then we want the town hall to be included, but it's
Just the
something that.
back door.
I would say so.
Yeah.
The front one gets unlocked when we come
Yeah,
back.
I would just say the back door.
Yeah, the back door's
And then get the fiber done, and then we can see what we got,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can approach us at the next meeting if it's ready. So we can table that.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is that shooting range that we put in a couple years ago. And we got all there from 600 baseline.
Mhm.
Finally got the insurance, information for the insurance to get back on us. It's $550 a year. Glenn's guys wrote up the rules and stuff, how it'd be used down there,
Is just for the police?
police and employees. There's sign-in sheets.
Where's the sign-in sheet gonna be?
It'd be happy posted down there in a box or something down there at the site.
So you're
'Cause
gonna,
it eliminates any liability for the town,
okay,
if it gets hurt on the site.
it's not ready yet, so you need to do some work, but we
Right.
wanna,
There's a little bit of drainage.
I mean, that'll keep the police from going out of town, right? Which is great. I'm sure other police officers will use it too. They can, or they will, or you don't know. I'm just
Do
asking
we get,
that.
do we get charged to use theirs?
Actually, yeah, do we get charged to use something? Okay.
It's
And then
free?
we want employees,
Okay.
and we want employees to be able to use it too? Is that what we want?
Yeah, that's fine, we just would have to follow the same safety protocols.
Okay. I don't know how you guys feel about
What's
that.
your suggestion on that?
I would defer to the expert.
Okay.
And if Glenn
Agree.
believes it's appropriate, then I would
Okay.
agree it's appropriate.
So how far along, or how
Insurance
long
company
before you're gonna be able to have
won't
Glenn and Bill
Okay.
use it? So how will they get in? Is that locked up at all times?
I was gonna say, that, yeah.
It'll have to be gated, because that's part of the agreement.
Right, it's gated now.
It already
That
is
makes-
gated,
Yeah,
just
the gates around the
to
whole.
only get in the,
Facilities.
So it'll have to be flagged, so when the range is being used, it'll be flagged.
that's the thing. So you're gonna get in that gate, but then you gotta still probably go back to that far corner where they're at, which means
Whoever enters
somebody
the
needs.
range has to notify,
Badge reader.
has to notify communications, so we don't get shots fired calls. The third thing that has to happen is that anybody that's not law enforcement would at least have to show some level of proficiency in range safety or something. They would sign a form saying, I've completed the range safety, and I understand the protocols to, locking the gate, putting the flag up, there's just certain protocols.
So this is something you two can work on then.
So then,
Yeah.
so tonight, do we wanna approve this, but yet we're not prepared with all that to approve
If
it?
you're not gonna shoot down it, don't prove it now, because you ask for a date with insurance, you don't know when to start it, so.
Okay, I just wanna know what you guys are looking for, but
See
it's
if,
something we can consider as you guys get it closer to being able to, all the things that he's saying needs to be done for safety and proper in and out kind of thing, and then we can go from there then, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, there still needs to be the building or some type of structure for shelter, there needs to be.
You're gonna have to have a sign in place.
Or something, to keep,
Right.
so you can put your equipment, and then, there's one side that needs to be built up a little bit more, there's, flagpole that needs to be put up, and there's some.
So it's just a work in progress for now that we won't need to approve. We just wanna make us aware of it.
Okay.
Could we approve the expense for the insurance tonight, but then not allow it to be opened until you guys give the okay that everything's in place?
I mean,
Which
we
we
pay-
would-
Do we
which
have to
we-
pay for the insurance though?
Which we wouldn't pay for the insurance till it opened, right?
Right.
I think it's wait till we get closer before the insurance even.
I think they, we get everything
Fair enough.
set, we do a list of everything that's been
where's this, I mean, that's a building, where's all the money gonna come from?
We can use some out of, continuing education, we can use some out of, Lowit, we can use some out of, I mean, it can come from, some different areas in the town, we're probably,
Some of the material we have down the pond and stuff, the crushed concrete and all that, we can use that for.
I think the walls, the gravel and everything, we didn't pay for that, did we? That's a huge savings. How many triaxles?
The dirt, 1,200.
At least.
So, that's the big
Okay.
savings.
I
Well,
just don't
just-
want it to start adding up, I
Yeah,
guess. is
just,
what I'm-
just work on it and see where we, you just don't wanna see a lot of money that we're not aware of,
Yeah.
because, understand. So, it's a work in progress, but I'm not opposed to it. I'll say that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It'll be great for our officers and so forth. Any questions, guys? Okay, next will be the town marshal report, Glenn.
So my monthly report was in your box. I have sent you my pre-meeting, information. And on that is a Spillman agreement. If you notice, it's no longer Spillman, it's Motorola. The reason it's Motorola is they bought out Spillman. 8 years ago, when this project was taken on, I believe I've talked to you all three of you individually about this. This is a situation that on the 8th year, our initial payment would run out on the 8th year. We weren't exactly explained that, so I called several different agencies, and of the 3 other agencies I called, they had no clue that this was coming due,
Oh,
just like me. So I kinda got some feelers out of how they were going to pay for this, and the bill is based on your department size. So in other words, the sheriff's department and Kendallville are paying, and Ligonier are paying a summary amount more than we are. So Ligonier said they'll use some remainder of their opioid money, maybe some Lowit money. Then they may transfer money at the end of the year to pay this bill. I believe this bill will not be due till November, I believe. October. So it wouldn't be paid till November, but you guys do have a copy, they do have a copy, correct?
It was on the phone, but.
Well, we don't have a copy, but
Well,
we have
anyway,
we have it in an email.
Yeah.
So-
It's how I received
So
it.
this is something that other agencies had no clue of. Albion, I talked to them, they had no clue it was coming due. He said he was probably gonna use Lowit.
so who did this?
This was done 2 administrations ago from the sheriff's office. When we first
It's always been
donated
paid
this
for
building,
till now.
Right.
our initial payment for the program covered us until the 8th year.
Right.
This is what I'm being told.
Okay, so now when this is switching over to this, to Motorola, my thing is, who did this? Noble County?
Noble County Sheriff was the one that started, yes.
So what,
Without letting anybody else know that it was happening?
If they did let us know 8 years ago, no one was aware of it today.
Of course.
That
That's what it
could
comes
very
down
well
to,
be.
And I mean, so I talked to Lisa and I talked to the lady that's
Sarah?
Susan.
Susan.
And she goes, they thought it was monthly. It's not monthly, that's.
No, it's the year.
yeah,
So
it
that's-
was kinda hard to tell in the
I
email.
understand that, it was for me too, because then the guy that sent these messages out, he goes, yeah. He goes, I got this put on my desk, and he goes, I'm sending these out to these agencies that have no clue this is coming due. So I mean, you can imagine how he felt.
Mhm.
But, so anyways, that's where we're at on that. I just need to at least get approval for this year. We are gonna try to budget it, next year.
What was the annual price?
That's what I'm trying to
I
find.
couldn't find it, Glenn.
It was 3,000 and some change.
I'm trying to find it too. I know I put it in a folder somewhere.
I think I had sent you guys maybe a picture of it.
You did, I was trying to find it, but I
Sorry.
can't.
I know I saved it, I just
Because
got
Lisa
it.
was very.
So we don't remember the
Make sure that
exact
I-
total?
She goes, you make sure you
Give me a
get that on the
second.
Motorola, make sure you get that on the agenda. So,
Yeah,
I
don't
got
have
it somewhere, I just gotta keep looking.
but anyway, I just need approval for that
Sometimes
for
I
this
hide
year, and then
stuff
we're gonna
from
try
I
to,
have it.
item.
Okay, what is it then? How much you got for total? I wanna know that for sure. 30,
I don't know, all I see is late charges on it.
I was thinking it was at the top, but maybe not.
You have that invoice? Yeah, I want to
I don't know what I did with it.
This is the one Lisa sent
I remember
us.
talking about it, and I thought you said it was monthly, and I was a little shocked at how
No,
much
it's-
it was.
It's annual. But we did at first think it was monthly.
Yeah.
Because it's very confusing when they sent the bill.
I don't even see the dollar amount on it, I just see if it's not. on
Yeah,
mine,
I
it's
think it
late.
was, I don't think it was quite a picture like that, I don't think.
Cause I turned the invoice in
I
to.
got one more place to look. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I apologize, you guys, but I don't know what I
But
did.
you would have a question, how important is this? This is what.
I just
runs-
wish we knew the total. I'd like to know the exact total.
This
That's
is what runs the system, basically.
Right.
and 65 cents? Okay, thank you. 3413.65. Okay. Now, okay, Glenn, so let's go back now that we know the total. Okay, that's gonna be yearly. We have to pay it, we believe that we'll have to pay it in November. So then it'll have to be that payment every November?
I believe it'll be submitted in October, due November.
Okay, so then that's how it'll do every year, October? For how long? Just whatever.
It'll probably go up.
Will they change it again?
Yeah,
It'll probably
so-
go up. It'll
yeah.
probably go up every year.
It could, okay. So we gotta make sure that is paid next month.
Does this cover, like, if you call in for help, like, you can talk to their support?
All
Or is
this
it?
is licensing.
So this is effective October 1st of this year till September 30th of 2026.
So it's gonna be every October, so that will have to be paid next month then, Lisa.
Well, at that point too, for this point of it, you have this in your, to pay it?
We looked up some areas, me and Susan talked about some areas, and we'll use the rest of the remainder of the unrestricted opioid money. That can be used for that, so there's some public relations things that we've done out of that, but the remainder of the opioid money can be used for that, and then we can use,
Oh, yeah, he's got money in there.
You got 30,000 in opioid.
yeah, some of that is restricted.
Right, yeah.
Which I have that on the agenda too, to talk about. But I would say we would use, what else did Susan recommend? So we could use opioid, we could use, I believe, there was a maintenance part that we could maybe take some of that.
12,000 in opioid unrestricted.
What's that?
There's 12,000 in opioid unrestricted.
In unrestricted?
Yeah.
So we could pay the full amount out of
Yeah.
unrestricted.
And then restricted, there's 17.
Right, we could pay the full amount out of unrestricted.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I mean, we kind of have to, right?
That is for the-
And this is from Motorola. Is that who we're paying, or is it Spillman?
Spillman was bought by Motorola, so we're paying Motorola.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes. Motorola in Chicago, Illinois.
Yep, it was purchased about a year ago or so, I think.
So then, Lisa, that will be paid next month, and you will take it at 3413.65. You'll take it out of the unrestricted opioid, okay?
Yes.
You can make a note for that,
Okay.
So on that topic. I'm
and
gonna
then
talk
then we'll
about-
worry about it next year.
Do we need to pass this?
Yeah.
I think we better
Yeah,
pass it,
yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah, we have to.
So yeah, I wrote it down. I don't know.
I'll make a motion that we approve the payment to Motorola Chicago, who bought out Spillman, annual amount of $3,413.65 to be paid out of the opioid unrestricted fund.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
So
Okay.
On that same, can I move on?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir,
yep.
So on that
please.
same topic, I put in there also, I was contacted by the local, it's basically a halfway house, Sean Payton, it's on
Okay.
Baseline Road.
Yep.
We have an unrestricted, we have a restricted and an unrestricted section of that fund. The restricted section can go for treatment programs, and this is an active treatment program out here. Talked to Sean and asked him what would be some needs that would fit this grant money that we get in. And, he had mentioned that they could use bedding, they could use some twin mattresses, possibly food for the house when people first get there for the rehabilitation. Also gas cards for going to and from treatment programs. So to the best of my knowledge, it lies between Baseline Road, between New and Old Three. I don't believe I haven't had any police calls there whatsoever. I think Mr. Payton is doing a fairly good job at managing it. I told him on those items that he had requested, and I've also been in contact with the town attorney on this restricted area, and we do believe that the restricted area has to go through the town board. And
So you're asking for approval to use some of this restricted opioid money?
Correct.
Do you know, I mean, how much? What are we
How much are you,
up to?
how much?
I would say right now, he's gave me a list of different things. My next process, if you approve me to go forward, I would say I need an itemized list to turn into the town board, and then at the next meeting, you.
We would approve that.
Correct.
Okay.
So, but I wanna make sure before we go to that,
Right.
that you're in favor
Yeah.
of
Okay.
helping this program
So
out here.
we just need a
It's called
verbal
Farmhouse-
approval.
Farmhouse Recovery is the name of the,
Okay,
Yes.
the name of the, home.
okay. So we would just need to give a verbal approval to you that you can look in and get itemized from them.
Correct,
Which,
and
which
I
I'm,
told him I don't wanna be responsible, me and Bob agreed, I don't wanna be responsible for issuing the gas cards, I don't wanna be responsible for picking up the mattresses or anything. But what we would do is a presentation to him for the check of this amount to cover these items, and then,
yeah.
he would be responsible then to.
Okay.
Are
Is
you guys okay with
this like
that?
a one-time
I'm fine.
thing he's just looking for? Is this something he's gonna keep
It's probably
asking?
something that, depending on what money we take in for that, it could be a project we could do yearly or annually or something like that. That money is specifically very narrow of what it can be used for.
I guess I get a little nervous. I mean, I wanna help, but they're outside of town. Like, I don't,
But that money can only be used in certain situations
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can't just use it,
Yeah,
just
it's,
to
yeah,
use
it's,
it.
yeah, I've looked into.
And
it.
if he gets it itemized, then we still at least get the opportunity to approve what that dollar amount is. He might come with us X amount of money, and we might say, well, we're only gonna do this much. At least we can control that.
That's
You know what I'm
fair.
saying, I think.
You're only agreeing that he'll get you a list. and you
Sure.
decide.
That's all we're doing tonight, yeah. We ain't doing no dollar amounts right now. And I'm okay with you getting that list, I
Sure.
am.
it's
You guys-
okay though, even though they're outside of town limits? I guess that's what I'm
It's-
asking.
It has to be in the county, in your county that you work in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you can work on
Glenn's
a
done his
list.
homework on this.
okay.
Good.
You can get a
Absolutely.
list, I think.
Yeah, I'm
I
fine with
believe
that.
I'll move forward on that then.
Yep.
Next thing is, on the list, you had 2 radios that were in the archives. One radio is in a service mode, it was taken to radio repair, it is non-repairable. So that radio will be wiped clean and will be out of our fleet. I will get those serial numbers, to the town manager to add to our inventory that we did just a year ago. Second radio, I don't know if you're aware of it, the fire department had a problem with the grass truck, I believe, and the grass truck radio was inoperable, was in the same situation that our first radio was in, I think, non-repairable, so Casey said, I don't have any extras right now, so I gave him one of our radios, he took it up to Kendallville, had it reprogrammed, he said, Casey was awesome, he says, I'll get you back tonight, I said, well, you can't do that, it doesn't work, you can't go between budget to budget. But I said, the only thing we can do is, we'll figure out something with blow it money, because that's split between us. So they're roughly $3,400 is what we paid for the used ones. The ones are $5,000, so I'm just bringing that to the table, just one. So I'm just bringing that to the table, it was an emergency situation, they needed a radio, we had one.
So it need to be
We
moved
gotta
from
work
your
back and forth
inventory.
together.
Sure.
So,
Do you need another one? Like, are you out?
Nope, I have 3 more spares. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
all of our radios that we just purchased less than 10 years ago are now no longer serviceable, so we cannot get parts for them. So, any questions on those 2 things? I'll make sure I get the serial numbers to you so that I have.
No,
Yep.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
The other thing I had was, is code enforcement. We were gonna try to get this month's meeting to figure out at least how many hours we were talking. This is where we're at so far on the code enforcement. Been doing some research, talked to the town attorney, certain things we don't wanna even tackle right now. There are certain things that she can start on. She has been with me on ordinance violations in the town hall parking lot, which is our parking lot. We own that. There was vehicles that had expired plates, flat tires. We, as a courtesy, did 72 hours notice to those people. We didn't have to give any notice. But we did that as a courtesy. All of them are corrected and one of them had to be towed. So she got to witness how. So her time that she's working for Bruce's job, she had an extra hour. I said, come on out here with me. We'll show you some things about this. Her body armor came in. We were waiting to order a body cam, because it has to be charged. So we're waiting to get a card to do that. So if you guys would maybe set the hours tonight, what you wanna start with, maybe you can start with a few more extra hours and back that off as things get better, especially for the training episode of it. She does have a radio issue to her now, so we are getting her familiar with talking on the radio, things of that nature.
So how many hours when she replaced Bruce, how many hours is she
Yes.
working there?
2 days a week, 2 hours, right, and then she's worked a little bit of extra because Bruce didn't work for
So 2 hours,
She works 4 hours a week as the clerk,
okay.
and then I think you guys had thought between 8 and 12 hours, or at least me and Andy talked. And then he asked me to get some prices on
For the
what
code,
code enforcement
Okay.
officers make. The full-time code enforcement officers for the city of Kendall make 60,000. Their part-time code enforcement officer makes $25.
yeah, I think you told us that, and we'll be discussing those next month, we hope.
Okay.
As far as, for me, my opinion on the hours, I mean, if she's only working 4 to do the clerk's position, I assume, I mean, if 8 hours is good to add on to that, if you think that's good enough, just to throw a number out. Because right now, you just said there's only so many things she can do because of what all we're working on. Up to maybe 8 hours, whether she would need that every week, and then maybe as things start progressing, I don't know, then the hours can change. I'll just throw that number out. I don't know if that's the right number, guys, so I don't know what you guys think on that. Or you wanna go 6, or, I don't know.
I guess I looked at it as, we look at 6, and then if she needs to move up, we move up the hours. I guess I was thinking the other way.
So,
with it.
so 6 towards the enforcement and 4 with the clerical,
Yeah.
so for a total of 10 hours.
Does that sound fair to get started, Glenn?
Yeah, I mean, Bruce doesn't make what, doing the clerk's job doesn't make the same that code enforcement.
Well, but I mean, is the 6 hours
I
a
think we
good
there,
start?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely, and I mean.
that's
we
what I
can-
mean.
I think before we actually dive into it, we're still gonna have a meeting between the town attorney, me, code enforcement, and with Andy.
Okay.
You said you wanted to sit down, and then,
Yeah.
and you will give us, I know that our vehicle ordinance will hold. I know that we have a couple other ordinances that don't need to be codified, they're okay, and we can steer her on those. There are some ordinances that we're gonna be like, she's gonna get a call on it or a message saying, nope, you're not to do with this until those ordinances have been gone through. So, I think right now, tonight, if you're gonna be willing to do the 6 hours additional.
Let's start with that.
And, I assume you guys
Fair.
may do
Yeah.
what Kendallville did as part-time for that. And then the next question is, for the remainder of the year, for October, November, because December won't be paid till January, do you wanna just use the public safety money to pay that salary, or how do you wanna?
Well, because we won't have any wages set up really till next year for that.
So that's the reason I put
So
it on.
10.
Not sure how we should
Only
do
6
that.
in the building.
Mhm.
The 4 should already be in your budget.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just 6.
And we haven't
6.
spent anywhere
So
near
125.
So what's it look like for 2 months?
Do you know how much we have left in Bruce's budget at all? No.
You can start by draining that.
Hmm?
You can start by draining the excess from Bruce's budget, or you do a transfer at the end of the year. Either one.
If we did that extra out of the public safety money, it's $1,600.
Well, and like Bob was just saying.
Yeah,
we can-
like that.
whatever they need to supplement.
What we can do is try to get
Yeah.
the excess out of Bruce's account, and then we can, between Lisa and Susan, we
Yeah.
can subsidize and make that. How's that for now? So we get that started.
Yep,
Okay?
absolutely.
Okay.
So,
Do we need to approve the 6 hours? Do we need to approve that?
We can make a motion for having 6 hours. That's fine, yeah. Let's do that.
Make a motion, we approve, our code enforcement to have 6 hours a week of work.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
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 Motion passes 3-0.
that's good. The next thing, when we get everything ready to go, I think I'll call you.
Yep, just let me know.
I have
Meeting, and maybe you can highlight a few
2
things that
questions
you know
real
we can
quick.
do, some things you can, stay away from this. So, okay, the other thing that I had was, the range, which has already been brought up. 2 things that I don't have on the list that I just need to bring to your attention. So before the holiday weekend, we had a pretty good water leak at the police station. So not only do we have a faucet, we're basically breaking half, we also had a pipe leaking. So I was pretty frantic, on holiday weekend on Friday, trying to get, and it was leaking. So, I ended up trying to get hold of Mr. Hendiger, and he, has another guy that subs to him and works back and forth. And Mr. DuBois was able to come over and, bail us out of a bad situation.
Awesome.
No pun intended by the bailing water, but, and then, so, I don't have a great big building maintenance budget, if you'll notice in the budget, so I was kinda concerned, but I knew if we called 24-hour service or anything else,
Sure.
$50,000.
Yep.
So I got an invoice in the mail, and it said, thank you for your help, we will take care of this for helping the fire and police department with a house fire.
Thank you very, very
Thanks,
much.
Brandon.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brandon, and then you said Michael's helper.
That was my first call. Yeah.
Okay,
So I was like,
thank you.
Hey,
No, I know, but you had somebody from your
No.
company help
Yeah.
No,
Brandon.
Brandon's company.
Oh,
It is
Brandon's
That's his
company
own
helped.
company, yeah.
Yes.
I got, okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then we've had some power surges at the police station. Happens, lights flickered yesterday, we don't know exactly what's going on. It cooked the monitor for all the cameras and the computer, and then all the surge protectors. So, the TV's expensive, 75 inches. We didn't pay anything for the first one. So, it's about a year and a half, 2 years old from the time when we did the remodel.
And warranty?
No warranty on it because we got it for free. So I went back to Walmart and they donated it to us.
Oh my
awesome.
God.
So, they were nice.
Awesome.
I told them, I said, hey, I'll come back to you, but we were just like, you guys use this for your closed circuit television. I said, damn, we're totally out of the water right now. And they just said, bring us a letter, be here at such and such time with a truck, pick it up. So
Awesome.
Walmart on River Road in
I just want to know what vehicle.
Awesome.
We need to get moving.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I know.
We ain't very far.
I know.
Awesome.
That's all I have.
Me neither.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Glenn, thank you very much, and thank you for everybody. Okay,
Fire chief, you did.
fire chief is done. RDC, there's a couple gentlemen here that are part of it, but they have nothing tonight, so thank you guys for that. Attorneys report, Bob, anything?
Other than doing, research for Glenn and other matters, no report for this month.
Can I interrupt real quick? This was a call that came in, I forgot to add, this is something that you're gonna have to advise me on in front of the council. Autonomous cars that are semis, that have no drivers, I've researched it, this just happened, yesterday. So, do you know anything about rules and regulations? These are gonna be semis, they're gonna be crossing Green Drive, that are driverless.
I do not, but if it's going to exist, I will look into it.
So
Wow.
you guys need to be aware of that. Context is, Green Drive, you already knew about it.
Yeah.
So they called me and I go, is it semi? And they said, yep. I said, like, no driver? And they said, no, it's gonna go right to the hub, it's gonna hook up to it, it's gonna take it back to their holding facility, and then it's gonna go back to the terminal, back in, and, so.
Hmm,
I don't know.
I don't either.
Let us know.
All right, yeah,
Let you know when I
okay,
learn.
Okay.
perfect, okay. Clerk treasurer, Lisa.
I have just a couple of things. Keystone, as you may or may not know, is our software provider to our fund and our utility and our payroll programs. And they are offering some training, and Peter and I would both like to go. It's gonna be on October 2nd and 3rd. It's down in Muncie. It costs us $199 per person, and then we'd have to spend the night. And the hotel is $109 per person, so grand total would be $616. We would have to close the office for those 2 days unless you would advise us to have Susan try to man the office by herself.
That's a Thursday and Friday.
Correct.
Well, I mean, of course, you ladies having an opportunity to go and receive more training and so forth is awesome, and we should definitely honor that.
Yes.
Closing the office 2 days, I mean, that's the only concern. It's a Thursday, Friday, it's early, the very beginning of the month, so there shouldn't be a lot of, a lot of bills not due, so people are coming in to make their payments. I don't know, guys, I mean, do we wanna have it closed for 2 days?
Do you know if this will include like,
payroll, like for not writing down our hours, actually have a computerized? Do you know if that's
No,
included in
It's
this?
gonna be training in the current system we have, but we
Okay.
are also getting ready to do upgrades. And it may come to the point where they no longer provide us with support for what we have.
Oh, perfect.
And we may have to upgrade.
Right.
It may not be a choice in the future, we're gonna see what's
Yeah.
new and what we can also.
Very well
do with
could
what
be.
we've got.
And you'll be able to let us know of different things that once you go to this, and what's, maybe not necessarily what's gonna happen now, but in the future, especially in the next year or two.
I'm fine.
I'm not opposed to going, like I say, my question is just having the office closed for 2 days,
Well,
and how you
I
guys
guess-
feel about that.
I guess I would check first with Susan, see if she's available, and if she's not, then we close the office. Well, I
Or
mean, the
maybe
office
just
will
one
be
day.
open.
Or if she could
You're
come
gonna be
in,
here.
Thursday.
or if she could come in one day out of the two,
Yeah.
or do two, or maybe both days, half days, I don't know, with her travel, maybe it's not, maybe that doesn't make sense for her to travel both days for half a day, maybe it's just one full day or something.
I'd just say a Thursday and then Friday close the office.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
and that could be, yeah, maybe Thursday's better, and then it's closed on Friday, or it could, like Bill said, maybe both, and you can let us know, but we would want a motion, to have the ladies be able to go on October 2nd and 3rd for, I wrote down a total of $616, right?
And to Keystone,
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve Lisa and Petra to go to Keystone Training October 2nd and 3rd for a total of $616.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Also, I have an update on getting us a town credit card. We did get one through Lake City Bank and it's in the mail, so we should have it in a few days.
Okay.
Awesome.
I also did get a Sam's membership card bought for us as well. We also need to talk about adding me on to the bank accounts as a signer.
We could do that now, or do you want to, since we have it on the TM?
You wanna do it now? or
Well,
wait till
we
new
have,
business?
yeah, I think, just to kind of give a clarify here, and then Lisa, thank you for bringing that up. And we're gonna have to make a motion once we discuss this, but right now, we only have our clerk treasurer on our account out at our bank. It's for all of our bank, and we bank at Community State Bank in Avilla. So we've been trying with a lot of effort, a lot of phone calls, a lot of face-to-face, trying to have Lisa as our deputy clerk added to this account. So we have that, as she is here doing it with the firm, the private firm helping her. So the bank has finally, we finally got into a good position with them, and they are more than gracious to allow us to put Lisa's name on that account too. We just have to be real specific what we say, and it has to get approved tonight. And then Lisa will take a copy of the minutes out to the bank, and then they will add her to it, including, so both our deputy clerk and our clerk will be on that account. On our agenda, it's kind of wrote out, maybe not exact verbatim, but the verbatim is real good.
Yeah.
We need to make a motion similar to that, so it's wrote up that way, and that's directives from the bank with me speaking to many people. And finally, we're hoping we're gonna get successful. So I'm glad you brought that up. We have it at the end too, just so we didn't forget to do this, because we've been working on this for a while, so, yeah, we need to have that done.
All right, I'll make a motion that we authorize Deputy Clerk Treasurer Lisa Dumick as an authorized signer for anything with the town, in addition with the Clerk Treasurer for all accounts with all banks,
With any and all banks.
any and all banks.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. And Lisa, that should, I don't know if that can be done this week. I mean, we gotta get tonight's meeting, then we gotta have minutes, and I would take the whole minute. I would take this whole thing with you, and then you can point out to them that is specific paragraph, and then allow them to see that the council voted 3-0 and that we signed, so we'll have to get those printed, and, well, no, we won't be able to sign them, I apologize on that, but just that we approved,
Approved it.
and they can see that, okay, and you're supposed to be able to be added along with Rita still being on there.
And then
That's what I was,
We can get the-
Yes.
that's what I was gonna ask, is that the holdup, okay.
For our town, to be able to pay
Yeah.
that credit card.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And then the only other thing I have is, I guess I have a question for Bob. Have you had a chance, Bob, to review that Trex contract yet?
I will probably be giving something out to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else, Lisa?
That's all.
Any questions, guys?
Nope. Thanks, Lisa.
Okay, the next will be a public meeting. The ladies have been working on our 2026 Avilla Town budget. So it's just a public meeting. If anybody would like to have anything they want to say towards the meeting, we just have to open that up. The ladies have done a lot of work on this. You normally try to use your monies from the year before and you try to increase. There's a lot goes into our budget for a lot of different departments, and the ladies have worked hard on this. So tonight, we just want to open it up, and then we are going to try to at least get through the first reading, and then next month, we can finalize our budget, so the ladies can get it all sent to the state and complete it. So does anybody have any questions or anything? Yes, sir.
What is the total budget amount?
You would ask that. Let me figure out where they got us. Our budget estimate, I pray I'm gonna say this right, 5,499,221. That would be our total for the budget estimate. You're welcome. Anyone else? It's something that's done every year, every community and so forth. Okay, so we'll close this public meeting. So now new business is the 2026 Avilla Town budget. Between the council here, we will need to suspend the rules on this. One of you can make that, and then, of course, first reading. That will be all we'll be able to complete tonight on our 2026.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Again, we would need a motion on first reading of the 2026 Avilla Town budget.
Make a motion on first reading of the 2026 Avilla Town budget.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Do you need this back for now, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The ladies, again, they had, and we do this periodically, that they're gonna need to appropriate and transfer some monies. So we have a resolution, and I'll read it. I won't quite go through it all, but it's a resolution 764-09-25. It's a resolution providing for the transfer appropriations for the 2025 budget for the action and passage by the Avilla Town Council, Noble County, Indiana. I'll go through a few. We're gonna do a 1,400 transfer from the gas garage motor to the general town janitorial. We got a promotional expense of 2,500 going to office supplies. Official bonds going to computers, repairs going to insurance, health insurance going to just miscellaneous, and so on and so forth. We do it every year, and there's a chance, as I think Susan, who works for our firm that we have helping, she's made a statement that there could be a chance that this could be done again before the end of the year. So I don't want to use the word standard, but it is kind of standard protocol in town that you do kind of transfer funds around as you maybe have some left over in one that you don't need the rest of the year. You can kind of help subsidize another. So being a resolution, the only thing we would do is need to pass it just one time. We would all three need to sign this. And then Lisa, you would need to attest and sign this also, please. So again, it'll be a resolution 764-09-25, and I would need one of you to make that motion.
I'll make a motion, we pass resolution 764-09-25.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. The next is cameras at the Main Street School Crosswalk, which is just here to the south. I don't know if
I
one of you.
brought this up. I put this on the agenda last week. My wife actually pulled a kid off the street that almost got hit by a car. I know she sent you the license plate number. With us putting the fiber in, us getting cameras in, I want to see if there's a way that we can work a camera maybe. I don't know if there's something that can point from the police department towards a crosswalk and then from the fire department. So maybe we can catch these license plates a little quicker, or at least get them on camera to do something. Last thing I want to see is a kid get hit. So I think it's something we need to probably look at doing.
Have we had other issues like that?
Yes.
And they were just
Yes.
isolated?
This is, she tells me almost, I don't know, monthly.
So I have a suggestion. Sometimes when you walk out there, people, we sent the plate number down to that guy, and normally, if you can't cite someone for a close call. But I can definitely make their company aware of it, especially this was a company vehicle.
But they have she has a stop sign out there. Isn't that running a stop sign?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't, the stop sign is moving, it's a moving stop sign, it moves out into the street. So we don't have a stop sign violation for state statute, it has to be fixed, it has to be X amount of feet high. So no, there's no stop. Now, there's disregarding a traffic control, person, which, you know, if the person stops, obviously, you know, I still can't cite them, but I noticed this in another community, and this is a suggestion that I have to you guys. So rather than just have her walk right out there and get into traffic or whatever, we need, and we can't always have a police car there. Sometimes our guys sit down there.
Sure.
I don't know if you do that.
Yeah, I know.
So and I saw this in Cherubusco. So their police department authorized their crossing guard during the school crossing time hours. They put a stand right in the middle of the street, and it has red and blue LEDs on both sides, just like our
That would be good.
thing does. And the LEDs don't draw hardly any power at all. I think it runs, don't quote me on this, I didn't get out and go look
Sure.
at it, but I think it runs on a 6-volt battery.
Okay.
And that 6-volt battery, they built a small little, just like a little, it wasn't even a little shed, it was just a little area that rolls into, and put 110 power to it. She just rolls it back in there, locks it up, pulls it back out when she goes across. But then, I think then when we did a violation, we could say, that crosswalk had red and blue warning lights. I mean, we have a lot to go on, but this is
Okay.
an older gentleman, I'm not gonna say who it was, but this older gentleman, he goes, she ran right out in front of me. And I said, well, I doubt that, but you almost struck a child too. So, normally when we call a company, like for instance, if it's a business, they'll be like, vehicle number 702 with this plate number, please find out who's driving that, and we have a complaint from our crossing guard. Well, this guy happened to be the owner of the company. So, probably not much happened.
Sure.
But, I don't know if you would, approve me to,
Are you saying by doing that we would have more teeth that we could
we'd
do
have more
something?
teeth that we can't, somebody can't say, well, I never saw it.
Well, plus I also think, you know, with that makes more sense to me
I'm
because
okay with that.
when our
It's gonna
cross,
take cooperation, because we need some technical assistance.
because when we have our employee with a child walking out there, they're walking out to where traffic is going
Absolutely.
with just something.
Like,
So there is some
sometimes-
danger in
sometimes
that, but if we have
northbound-
something already in place, that gives that cross guard and that child a little bit more time to know that there's something there before they just
To give you an
walk right
example,
out.
The southbound traffic sees, or, you know, is the northbound traffic is stopped, she's walking out in front of that car, southbound does not see her. So this way, there's no way somebody could say, and I don't see that it needs to go east and west.
No.
I think it just needs to be
Yeah,
north.
I'm okay with that.
I think it needs to go north-south.
Might make it
Yeah.
safer.
And it needs to be similar to the LEDs that are on our speed radar control signs.
But you see those.
And,
Yeah.
we would
I mean, that's
need
good,
some
though.
type of small area boxed off, whether it's on the fire station lot or whatever.
I was gonna say, if it's something, maybe they keep it inside the fire station, she
Or
can
that,
just
or we'd
grab
have
it
to
in the
have
morning.
we'd have to have 100, we need 110, because it would, what I think they charge it with is just like a small trickle charger.
Yeah.
But these LEDs would probably run 20 hours.
Well, you can look into it, and then if it's something we want to do, I'm sure with Casey and the firefighter, we could work something out better to plug it in.
$1200, can I just go ahead and do it?
Yeah,
Now, the stop sign doesn't stay out there, it comes out there when she comes out.
It's a moving stop sign.
Yeah, she takes it
So
out
then
during,
she
while
puts
she's
it out
working.
there. But if his perception, or anyone's perception, is that she's walking out and they're not able to see her in time, I mean, how does that help? You know what I mean? Because then she's still walking out.
But the stop sign stays there.
Well, it's giving
The
people,
stop sign wouldn't stay there, it would.
well, it would stay there the whole time she's working.
Otherwise, everybody has to stop.
It would
at
stay
all
there,
times.
it would stay out there the whole time she's just doing crosswalk work for that 30 minutes or whatever. That would be wheeled out there and set, then when she's done, she would put it away, right?
Right, but she'd still.
So it would be out there-
She would still carry the stop sign, because.
But the other thing would stay out in the middle of
Otherwise,
this,
it's gonna warn
I
people
understand.
coming into that area, which
Right.
there is no warning down there really.
Right,
You've
no.
got these yellow flashing lights, but you don't pay attention to those. But I mean,
The barrel is not a traffic control device, it's an attention-getting device,
Right.
if I'm understanding. right.
yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, whether it's just like yellow air sticks on police cars, they do a great job for moving traffic, but people really don't slow down, they just figure it's a highway vehicle. But you throw a police car in a construction zone with red and blues, is his radar on or not? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Is he running laser or is he not?
Right.
People slow down. Just like,
I like the idea of you looking into that, because
That's
I
fine, yes.
understand,
I'm okay with
I
that.
understand what we're doing, and I think it's a good thing to have sitting out there while that employee is working, and then it gets put away every
I'm just
day.
gonna go, if it's under $1,200, I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay, I think that's a fair thing.
I agree.
Andy, I know you brought that up, is that fair?
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Could we, is it, maybe you should also look
We can talk
into,
about the next thing.
the sign that has
Let's
the
just ask
crosswalk
Brian
on
what
each
he's
side.
Oh, that's right, you wanted to.
Let's just ask.
Putting red and blue flashing lights on that, really, really super bright. So that when people come by, then they can see, you know, hey, that's attention. And it's already got wiring up there.
Okay,
You
could
know
we
what I
change the
mean?
lights out of that?
Yeah,
That's a good idea,
because
too.
they're white.
Yep.
Well, it just looks like another street light.
So she
or-
turns that on and off once you go.
Yes, yep, there's a key, she turns it on.
North and south,
hmm
and we would wanna disconnect the yellow. So-
They're not yellow, they're white.
Yeah, white is good.
So could we
I'll look
find
at that
lights to
first.
maybe
I'll look at
change?
that first.
Maybe we can change those
So then
lights
you
out.
just have the
Make 'em
cross-
super
if
bright.
you can wire them, you just have, of course, it's 110, not 12 volt, that might be a problem, I'm not sure. But we could look. yeah.
Okay.
Please do.
Good idea.
Fine.
Fair enough, thank you. Absolutely, everyone.
Yep.
Next is a recycle area.
I asked this to be put on, just, I've talked to Brian a couple of different times, and I know we're looking at a new light down there, a brighter light, extra cameras, more high power, we can check license plates and have a visual now on the face instead of the pixel and it blows up and you can't see who it is.
So, the cameras are up?
No.
Okay.
He was on vacation, I contacted him today, so I could buy him.
So it'll be soon.
We've got conduit in the ground buried,
Okay,
that
Okay,
wisely
so
run.
it won't be long.
okay, good enough.
Is that good?
Yep, good enough.
Okay, next, and might be, Groundworks General Manager introduced himself to the town. Is that you, sir?
Okay.
He didn't
Okay,
make-
we weren't
he
sure,
said he
we
make
didn't
it.
know if he was gonna make it or not. But there's a business out kinda close to Caltex, Groundworks, came to town, I think, a few months ago, and there was an opportunity for him to maybe speak, but he apparently didn't make it, just to come and introduce himself. So we'll give him a little bit of, pub on that there is a business out there that can be used for residents and so forth. So maybe we'll get to speak a different time.
Can I answer that?
You sure can. Sorry, Kevin.
He has contacted the chamber. They're doing a ribbon cutting on October 22nd at noon. And that is the facility here in Avilla, and I think they've got a facility in Fort Wayne. They're doing ribbon cuttings at both.
Okay.
And I think they're having some state officials come in. I mean, they're really making a big deal of it.
October 22nd. Do you know the
Yeah.
time?
Noon.
Noon. I'm sorry. I didn't write that down.
Yeah, and they would like as many people to attend as they can. So, if you gentlemen could attend the Avilla one, that
I will
would be
be
great.
here.
Okay.
And they have joined the Avilla Chamber, so.
Awesome. That's great. I
Thanks,
wish he was
Kevin.
here. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Kevin. All right, next is a motion to clarify May town council meetings. I'm not sure who put
AEDs.
that on.
It's for the AED.
I did.
Well, I asked. when
Then
we
go
were-
ahead and you can
Yeah.
speak about it instead of me reading it
While
out.
looking through some equipment for the park, we noticed that through their line items, they had a negative, which they shouldn't have a negative. So I asked Lisa and Susan to go back, look through at where it came from, and it was basically clarified that in May, we talked about the park. I think Casey and Glenn both were involved in this, trying to get AEDs for the ball diamond and for the community building. And at that time, we had the meeting, the council okayed it, the money to be used from public safety money to pay for these AEDs. Well, we don't have anything, the minutes don't reflect that, but that's what was discussed, so we
Okay.
need to, I believe, Lisa, if I'm speaking right, we just need to make sure that we basically clarify that that money needs to come out of the,
So the money was taken out of the wrong.
yes, it was taken
Wrong
out
account.
of park instead of,
Public safety.
public
Okay,
safety, it's
so-
like $3,200.
Motion to clarify May Town Council meeting minutes to state that AEDs for park were to be paid from public safety lit and not out of park budget.
Yes.
So we would need to make a motion on that, and then Lisa, you would do your work with Susan's help if needed to make those two changes. So
All right,
we should make a motion just so it's
I'll
done
make a
in
motion.
minutes.
Make a motion to approve switching the money for the AEDs out of the park budget, and that would then in turn come out of the public safety money.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Okay, that is it for tonight. Thank you everyone for coming. A little bit less crowd. We've been having a lot of people, so we're thankful. I know there's a couple new faces, so thank you to the new faces for coming. I'm not sure even you, sir, if there's an opportunity, anyone has anything they'd like to bring up, here's your chance then.
Okay, all right. My name is Brian Myers. I'm a parishioner up at St. Mary's. I also take care of the facilities around there as a volunteer. And I spoke to Adam the other day. I just wanted to know a little more about this community crossings project. Obviously, you don't have to describe it all tonight, but I kind of get the gist of what it's about. I just want to understand the impact of it to our frontage along Main Street.
Of St. Mary's?
Yeah, of St. Mary's.
Okay.
We got quite a bit of frontage there. And then we have one of our entrances, the one that goes, not our first one that goes to the house, but the next one that goes to our office. We're looking at repairing all that back through there eventually. Well, where it intersects with the street, basically the concrete skirts, we'd like to see if there's any way through that project that we could ask you to maybe widen that skirt a little bit. It's just everybody would run over the curb when they exit there.
All right, well, Brian is our superintendent. Explain to him what work's gonna be done through there, then maybe you can work with him on that.
Actually, it's just gonna be a mill and fill, no curb work or anything like that, since we just put them in 17 or whatever it was. New sidewalks will be put down through there.
Okay.
Basically, that's the only changes will be on North Main.
So you're gonna do brand new sidewalks all the way through there? So you'll rip out the old? Okay, good, because we've got several.
There's a lot.
And that's on both sides of that street, well,
Okay.
And then there's some sidewalk added farther to the north of you guys on the opposite side of the street.
So since you're doing the sidewalk, I guess that would be the time, because that sidewalk obviously runs right through that skirt. If there was any way to widen it a little, even make it's kind of got the angle parts are a little narrow, and just widen it, and then there's a cutout that we did years ago. I wasn't involved yet, I think you guys run for a water line or something, it just got filled in with gravel, it's never got to be concrete.
so how would you want to speak to him in the future, just to make sure you two are on the same page, is there something you wanna do? Okay. Okay, so I got you, okay, so you two, all right, okay. So Main will be milled with some basically surface asphalt put back on and then new sidewalks, and I believe that's just gonna be from the light out north, just from the light north, not any way this way.
Well, I don't think we have any problems with it being widened a little bit, that's not gonna mess you up at all, right?
No, it's just gonna add on to it.
So, if he wants to make it a little wider and redo it, he should probably talk to Culver at that time, so that he can just pay them to do it. And he'll do it a whole lot cheaper, while he's there, than you'll get anyone else to do it.
Yeah, I didn't know if, since they were doing the surveying, I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to have that be part of the plan.
Yeah, it's not, right now, it's not part of the plan, but you can have that added in.
Okay, fair enough.
Culver, probably not much.
Yeah, try to
Yeah,
address,
meanwhile,
try to
Exactly,
address
yeah.
that, Brian,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for coming.
Yep,
Yes,
I'll reach out.
absolutely.
Thank you, we appreciate it. Okay, anyone else by chance? Anything? Okay, again, thank you, everyone, and let's all have a good evening tonight and the rest of our week. We will need a motion to adjourn, though.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. I need, here, Adam, I wanna give give you this. That's the one you gotta change a little bit from Andy.
Signed, right?
It should have been, right?
Yeah.
And then,
I just changed that many.
these I guess can go to Lisa.